John the Don knows that the most direct path to a victim's wallet often leads through their heart. To pull off his biggest heist yet, he stops acting like a criminal and starts acting like a project. In Furfurinagar, this creates a dangerous imbalance. Motu operates on a baseline of pure, unblinking generosity, while Patlu relies on a sharp, grounded skepticism to keep them out of trouble. When John approaches them with tears in his eyes, Motu doesn't see a threat. He sees a chance to be the hero in someone else's redemption story. This is a classic vulnerability known as the Messiah complex, the overwhelming drive to fix or save a broken person, even at the expense of common sense. John makes his pitch. He wants to go straight and build a school where other thieves can learn to work for a living. He has the building funds, he claims, but he needs help with the operational costs. John manages to neutralize Patlu's logic by moving through a series of specific psychological maneuvers designed to create a sense of urgency and moral obligation. Analyzing these specific moments reveals a recurring pattern in social engineering, a strategy that relies on turning our best instincts against us. John begins with a focused appeal to Motu's sympathy. By presenting himself as a helpless victim of his own past who is desperate for a second chance, he shifts the focus from his history to his potential future. This makes Motu feel personally responsible for John's success. If the school fails, Motu believes it's because he didn't help enough, effectively making him John's unintentional accomplice. To bypass Patlu's influence, John then turns the private plea into a public event, calling on the entire town to witness his reformation and contribute to the cause. This diagram illustrates social validation. When a large group of people buys into a narrative, the collective momentum makes that narrative feel like an objective truth, regardless of the facts. As the crowd gets excited, Patlu's skepticism is treated like a buzzkill. He is isolated from the group consensus, making it nearly impossible for him to stop the collection of funds. With the money collected and the crowd on his side, John has secured his funding. But he still has to provide the physical proof Patlu demanded to see. Patlu insists on a logical safety net. He won't hand over the bag of cash until he sees the school building with his own eyes. John's solution is to create the visual of a school overnight using a temporary movie set. This side angle reveals the reality, a grand facade held up by nothing but flimsy scaffolding. John even paints Motu and Patlu's names on the front. This targets their confirmation bias. Seeing their own names on the project makes them want to believe it's real, lowering their guard against further inspection. Once the building is in place, John prevents any actual inspection by claiming the interior is being cleaned and isn't ready for visitors. Under the guise of needing to pay the cleaning crew and start operations, John successfully grabs the bag of money and disappears. Even physical evidence is useless if the person inspecting it is already emotionally committed to the lie. The next morning, the movie set is gone. Motu and Patlu are left staring at an empty field, realizing the scale of John's deception. To get the money back, they have to reverse the dynamic. They can't rely on John's conscience, so they target the one thing that actually drives him, the desire for easy, unearned wealth. Disguising themselves as mystics, they introduce the legend of a money tree that multiplies any cash buried beneath its roots tenfold. This flowchart tracks the two paths of deception. John's scam exploited empathy through a fake redemption, while Motu and Patlu's counter-scam exploits greed through the promise of multiplication. John is so blinded by the promise of effortless riches that he buries all the stolen money under the fake tree. He doesn't just lose the cash, he walks right into a police ambush. The mechanism of a scam is remarkably consistent. Whether it targets a desire to help or a desire to get rich, the goal is always to make the offer feel so perfectly aligned with your desires that you stop asking questions.